Hello, my name is Kevin Roach, and I'm an account manager with the Pittsburgh Pirates, answering the question how I got my job and what education was required. So I went to Robert Morris University as a sports management major and got a 4-year degree there. From college, took an internship at SMG at Mellon Arena, the old Mellon Arena, where I worked in the group sales department. I bounced around there some and eventually got hired over here with the Pittsburgh Pirates in the ticket sales department. And I've been here now for 11 years. I came in 2006. I've had various roles. My job now is I manage our current season ticket members and the various business they do here with us, whether it be with their season tickets, group outings, suites, special events, and work with them, make sure that we retain them year after year through interactions, special events, different fun things we do with season ticket members, and that's what I do on a day by day basis, and then also kind of coordinate their group events and try to upsell them into additional group events, get them to come out to the ballpark and use us in as many ways as possible. Okay, so I'm now answering the question, what are the pros and cons of a job in sports, and what kind of salary you can expect to make if you're working in a job in sports. So pros are, as you can imagine, it's very unique and interesting to come to work in a baseball stadium or previously in a hockey arena. There's a lot of excitement that goes with that. There's a lot of camaraderie that kind of inherently comes with the job rather than just, I think any job you have, a certain camaraderie with your fellow coworkers, but when it's around something competitive and something fun, it makes it even a cool, a more fulfilling experience. And other pros. There's perks. You work in sports. There's tickets. You have there's things like that. Apparel, different things that comes from working with a sports team. Um, and just the general excitement. I would say some cons are, with teams in town, you're usually working. Whether it be if you're working in a winter sports. When I was in hockey, I was day after Christmas, I usually kind of come to work every day. Now that I work here for the Pirates in the summertime, it's a lot of Fourth of July's that I'm here, a lot of weekends, a lot of evenings. It's definitely not a 9 to 5, 40 hour a week job. It's more than that. You're here in evenings and weekends and doing extra work. Now for salary range, jobs in sports probably are lower paid compared to most jobs in a lot of cases. So if you're an accountant for a sports team, you're probably making less than an accountant that's working in an office building downtown. If you're, in marketing or special events or whatever you're doing for a sports team, probably on the lower end of the pay scale. And you have to be willing to pay your dues. There's a lot of opportunity coming in through maybe minor league sports where you're doing a lot of different things. Um, kind of to work your way up. There's a lot of unpaid paid internships. It's very competitive. People love to get into sports. Um, so there's it can be tough as far as making a living and supporting a family and things like that. Until you get to probably to a more of a management level. Now, I will say one opportunity is in sales. So I'm in ticket sales. Ultimately, we will make a base salary that's just a pretty small base salary, but you can really do pretty well with commissions. You kind of control that. Someone that works in sports ticket sales, I mean, definitely an established person can be in six figures, can do pretty well for themselves, and just like anything with sales, you kind of can control what you make, so that's a good thing. So that's a good part of being in sales in sports. Um, but a lot of other positions you have to probably work your way up. It's very competitive. You're not going to necessarily make as much in sports as you will elsewhere, and also probably have to be willing to, in a lot of cases, bounce around the country. You might not be able to always find a job in the Pittsburgh area. You might have to go elsewhere if you want to move up the ladder. You might have to bounce from place to place. So that's kind of the tough thing about sports. In Pittsburgh alone, there's three professional sports organizations, some major colleges, things like that. Um, so there's not that many places that are competing for workers. So yeah, you definitely have to be willing to kind of be mobile. So what could students be doing now in eighth grade to prepare yourself for this type of job, and what kind of classes should a student be taking to do this? Um, so I would say, at your level, definitely math, if there's any opportunities with business classes, technology, big time. Um, you may not want to hear this in eighth grade, but writing, public speaking, learn how to do it. It'll help you in all walks of life, particularly in business. Presentations is a big part of what we do. Um, Interacting with customers, business leaders, employees, staff, things like that. I mean, that's always going to be helpful no matter what you do. One thing I will say about where I went to school, Robert Morris, it was very communications intensive. So I would recommend that anybody that's looking for something business, I always recommend RMU is great. They make you get certain amounts of hours of public speaking. They make you take certain amount of credits of communication classes. Whereas really writing and public speaking, kind of after going through that program, really became a breeze. So, I think any opportunities you have to kind of get that experience, middle school, high school, will be extremely helpful to you. And and then as far as otherwise, you know, I'd say the best thing that a student at your level can do to prepare themselves is, you know, do well in your classes, get good grades, get into a good college, be prepared on that level. That's really the best thing you could do now. Definitely, this is a great program that you have with this career day. Talk to people in the different industries, find out what you want to do. I think a lot of people go to college and don't know what they want to do, and that's okay. But I think um, having some guidance and being on the right track as you kind of go through high school, start college, it's always helpful. Always helpful. Ask people in the industry, find out what jobs pay well, find out what's in demand, in the area or whatever area you plan to live in, and I think that's all very important. So the question is, describe my typical day. The one thing about a job in sports is you don't have a typical day. When the team's out of town, uh, the day is pretty typical. I'm here at 8:15 or so. Go throughout my workday, kind of a little bit of being reactive to customer needs and questions and things like that, customer service, and then try to be as proactive as possible. Getting out ahead of things that are going to come up, maybe the next homestand or different sales initiatives, trying to generate some business, maybe set up meetings, things like that. On a game day, it's different every day, hectic. Yesterday, for instance, I was, had a regular normal work day. The team's in town, so it was kind of a little bit of an amped up workload. I had a special event last night, pup night. That's where you can bring your dog to the ballpark. Had to plan for all that. Did registration for that. Did some seat visits to some of my clients. Said hello, shook some hands. Um, Kind of got back up to my event and kind of finalized everything there. Made everything was good, and probably didn't walk into my door at my house until 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I was here from about 8:15 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. Today, totally different day, totally different programs. It was an afternoon game. We had a bunch of students in. I understand some students from your school were here as well. And yeah, totally different. I was in here at 8:15. We had to help coordinate some tickets for some different people that were in the building. We had a weather program. We had a BMX bike show. I was with the group that did the national anthem on the field, so I walked them out on the field for the national anthem. Was standing on the field during that. Came back to my office, got some work done. Went out to the ballpark, made some visits, and hey, now I'm doing a video interview with you. So, it varies every day, but it's no 2 days are the same. But in sports, you'll get to do a lot of different things. You'll be involved with things you'll never expect. I never thought I'd be checking proof of vaccinations for dogs. I never thought I would be, booking BMX bike shows for the street outside of the ballpark. And a lot of things can come in conjunction with sports, particularly baseball. 81 home games a year. We do some fun things. We try to do um, a lot of different things to get people in the ballpark, whether it be, like I said, pup nights. We have faith night. We have Star Wars night. There'll be a night where everybody's gonna be coming dressed as Star Wars characters, and we're gonna have some programming like that. We do allergy-friendly programming. We wine nights, beer nights. We do an unbelievable amount of stuff. And I encourage you, go on to pirates.com, check out our fan values page, check out our different group programs. It's amazing the different things we do, and it can give you the kind of idea of what goes on with the sports team. And I'd even say, if you want to dig a little deeper, check out a minor league team site. Go to the Altoona Curve site. They probably do some way more zany things than we could ever do here. Minor league baseball is amazing. It's so much fun, the kind of things they do. I definitely encourage you to check that out if you're looking to get a career in sports. That's the ultimate kind of foot in the door there. You can do minor league baseball and you might be doing some helping the grounds crew, then you might be selling tickets, and you might be doing some in-game promotions all in one day. Whereas here it's more segmented. Really, kind of the best foot in the door here probably is to the ticket sales department. We have a program, Bucks Academy. Also encourage you to check out that website. Check out Pirates Bucks Academy. That'll show you some of the different programming we have for those. That's for kids coming right out of college, kind of starting their career in sports. So I definitely recommend you checking that out.